I haven't been live for a few days, so feels good to be back. The topic today, the effects of wait times, riders paying with cash, and this new toll-free number, 1833. Now, I have read hundreds and hundreds of your comments, excellent feedback from drivers, explaining things from all angles, the good, bad, and the ugly, right? If I may start with Lyft now charging for wait times. A lot of drivers said, yes, this is great, this is good, meaning I'm going to get on the road far quicker, right? Forces them to get in your car faster. If they don't, they get punished with an extra fee. And by the way, that extra fee, Lyft charging them for the wait time, if they're going over 2 minutes now in UberX, or if they're going over 5 minutes in XL or SUV and Lux, right? You see nothing. By the way, you see zero of that amount, right? So there's no financial gain for you, the driver. Why did Lyft do this? Listen, they're getting creative, both Uber and Lyft. I see major desperation going on right now. They're trying to figure out every single angle to extract more money from the rider and more money from the driver. That's what's going on. Deep down, this is my gut feeling and what I'm reading between the lines, and a lot of great input from you guys, is they're hurting. They are hurting. Because when people start doing desperate things, right, to make money, additional money, or a company does desperate things to drum up extra cash, then you definitely know there are problems going on in Uberland and Lyftland, right? Now, as far as the wait times, I completely understand when drivers say, hey, this is good that they're charging, helps me get on the road faster, right? And let's say you're doing a 6-8 hour, maybe a 10-hour shift, just speeding up those wait times could possibly get you another 1 or 2 trips, right? So that is a good thing. But I want you to look at the other side, the reverse side of the coin, and try and see it for 1 second from the rider's point of view. And not announcing, and this is the big difference between Lyft and Uber. Uber kept on announcing, hey, we will start charging for wait times. We will start charging for wait times. And then they have set fees for wait times, right? But with Lyft, it came unannounced, right? Unannounced. So you had a guy, like the other day, he was 49 seconds late, he got 58 cents. And you saw all of these comments on Twitter, like, WTF, what is Lyft doing? The problem is that Lyft did not announce it to the riders. They just did it. So thinking, at some point the rider will notice that we're charging them for extra time. Now that wrath, that anger, that fury is directed at you, the rider, at the driver, at you, the driver, right? Because when you surprise, and then we really want to get into the psychology of things, right? When you surprise someone unannounced, oh, I charge you this and this much extra, right? For the haircut because I put some conditioner in. Oh, hang on, you didn't tell me that you're going to put a conditioner in my hair and charge extra for it. It's the same thing that Lyft did. Lyft just went ahead, unannounced, and what a slap in the face to tell someone, hey, you were X seconds late, right? Oh, you were 35 seconds. It means, hey, are you counting every second that I'm late? That pisses them off, right? And you are charging me per second? So I want the drivers to see the other side, right? That fury, that anger now gets directed at you and the company. And there's a few ways it can play out. The one thing I said, obviously your tips are going to go down. Screw this guy, screw this girl, I'm not going to pay them a tip. If they're charging me per second for extra time, F them, they're not getting a tip. And a lot of people said, I don't care because I don't get tips anyway. you should be getting tips, right? And you should make every single effort on every single trip to get tips. Because the difference between people giving platinum service and making an effort on every single trip is a lot of extra money at the end of the day. And you may say, well, I don't get tips. If that's your attitude, that you don't even work for tips, then I can understand that they're becoming worse and worse tippers because their fees are going up and now they're being charged wait times, etc. But your tips are becoming less because of that, whether you like it or not. And I think the other big negative is that sort of the retaliation psychology. Oh, you want to go ahead unannounced and charge me per second overtime waiting fee? Screw you. 1 rating. That's even worse. A couple of those 1 ratings, unexpected, it's not even your fault. It's just pure retaliation by the rider because they suddenly unannounced are being charged for wait times. You're gonna feel it in form of a 1 or a 2 star, right? And what that does is it radically lowers your rating, your driver rating, to the point where they start sending you those threatening, oh, we noticed your driver rating dropped, right? And they may deactivate you. They may have you do a test, right? One of these video tests so that you can get back in on the platform. All of that because you are being punished or retaliated against because of these wait times. Now, Uber was much smarter, announcing it way ahead of time. By the way, we are introducing wait time fees. If you go over 2 minutes or 5 minutes, the dollar amount is this. Lyft did it the incorrect way, unannounced, and you start paying someone per second. That just means if you actually calculating per second how late I am, and then you're charging me. That makes them furious. So please understand the psychology. I can understand where the drivers are coming from and say, hey, that's great. Charge them for wait times. Get them in my car sooner. But I also want you to see the reverse side of the coin is that it'll affect your ratings. It'll affect your tips. And some people say, I don't care if it affects my tips. I don't get tips anyway, right? But drivers in black SUV Lux that are working hardcore platinum service for their tips, they want to get $10, they want to get $15 tip, they want to get $20 tip, right? So tips do matter. Ratings definitely matter, because you get dinged a couple of 1-star ratings because they're upset about the waiting time, right? The waiting time fees, and you find yourself dropping from a 4.95 or from a 5 to a 4.7 rating in no time. Just takes a couple of upset Lyft passengers, right? So look at it from both sides. I completely understand that the video that I made, and this is why I'm following up on that video, is that the gut instinct of the driver said, well, that's a good thing, right? And yes, it is a good thing, speeding up the rider. Hey, get in my car. I'm not going to sit around waiting 10 minutes for you. I'm losing money. But it's how Lyft did it. Unannounced, charging per second, infuriating passengers. I read all the tweets. I read all the tweets of the angry riders and passengers. And that fury, that anger, you get, the driver, right? Now, the other thing, let's talk about Uber wanting to accept cash trips. And I made a video on this. A lot of people gave great feedback, right? And they've tested this out in other countries, and now they're doing it here in the United States in selected cities, and then they want to roll it out because Uber is chasing every single dollar. And if you read that fine print there, oh, this is how easy it is to order a trip for a third party. Right? If you want to order a trip for someone else, you can pay with cash. Now, paying with cash, right? Taxi drivers know this. This is why they have these big plastic guards up here and a little window where they can hand the cash through or the change, right? Taxi drivers will tell you how dangerous it is to have cash on you. rideshare drivers generally, unless they maybe have a tip box, rideshare drivers don't carry cash on them, nor should you, right? We don't want to educate these thugs that can so easily get on the platform that we are a sitting duck. Oh, we've got cash here, right? Because now you paying with cash, right? We have change, we have cash on us. So guy pays with a 50, it was only $20. Now you're supposed to have $30 change ready for them. And it may have worked in some other countries, right? But it just tells me the level of desperation that is setting in with Uber. You have to now take, oh, there it is. Eric W. throws down 20. Keep doing what you are doing. Love you, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Private driving is the only way. Appreciate that. Let me just, Eric W. said, keep what you are doing. Private driving is the only way. Uber is killing people mentally. Man, spot on, spot on, spot on, right? Thank you. Thank you for that support. I really appreciate it. Much appreciated, my friend. I will keep on fighting. That's in my DNA. I love, fighting for the little guy going up against the big guy. In fact, I do want to make a video, sort of like, rideshare professor confessions, maybe going back into my teens and 20s so people will understand who I am, right? I had a back and forth with a driver, and he said, wow, that's pretty savage that you're doing that. And I said, well, you got to understand where I come from, right? And why I think like this and why I fight like this, right? So I think I should make a couple of little series, maybe a 3, 4, 5-part series so people understand who I am, right? Why am I this vocal? Why do I like fighting for the underdog? Why did I take this task on of being an advocate for driver? Why is it that I don't fear these executives, right? And I have no problems headbanging straight up with them or jumping in the ring with them, right? Maybe a couple of videos from my past explaining who I am will shed some clarity as to why I do this. So I think I owe that to my subscribers, and there'll be some really cool stories in there, right? And it'll make you understand me better, right? Because this is a relationship of a YouTuber who has a channel fighting for a lot of drivers and food delivery drivers, right? And restaurants. And we need to be on the same page. And we are on the same page because the comments, the emails, and the texts that I get daily, I completely understand where you are coming from, right? And I use this channel to relay those messages, right? Because I know they are watching me. How do I know they are watching me? Because I've had the attorneys contact me many times. I'm not intimidated by those attorneys. I'll tell them again in the video, right? And I will keep on fighting. I'm not going to tolerate threats, and I'm not going to tolerate legal threats. Leave me ice cold. In fact, they get me fired up, right? So the more you threaten me, or say you'll do this, or say you'll do that, the more you fire me up, the more I fight, right? And people ask me, obviously I'm outing Uber more than Lyft. Well, there's definitely more Uber stories than Lyft stories. There's definitely more drivers on the Uber platform and the Uber Eats platform than Lyft. So yeah, percentage-wise, there are more Uber stories to report on. But if there's a Lyft story, I always report on it. And is it personal? Like some people said, is it personal between you and Dara Khosrowshahi? And I can honestly tell you that it is rather personal, right? Because the same as you don't allow yourself to get pushed around. You don't allow yourself to get screwed over, right? You're a hardworking individual. You deserve to get paid, right? You're going out there every day hustling for these companies, and you deserve to be kept safe and paid for your hard work. It's the same way with me. So when they take away from you, when they steal from you, and it's pure theft, right? You got to fight back. So yeah, it is very personal, and I am very motivated, especially against Dara Khosrowshahi, right? I'm fighting this fight until he's gone. We deserve better. We that cares for us. And if I need to beat the drum every single day and start knocking on the investor's head and getting it into their brain cells that this individual is no good for us, right? I'll keep on doing that, right? Dara Khosrowshahi and these people that are running the show, Tony Zuluogu, they are no good. They are not good people. They're people with bad intentions. They've shown it over and over again. We need fresh blood, and we need people that care about drivers. So, I will keep on beating that drum until that change comes around, because those individuals, I've mentioned 3, are simply not good, for the investors. They're definitely not good for the drivers, and they certainly are also not good for the riders. We need change. So we're going to keep on pushing for change. We're going to slap them, hit them, cut them, lash them, punish them, whip them from every single angle, right? We will prevail, and we will win on this one. So I'm right now by the 101 and the 405 picking up a private client. Only 2 trips today, which is very, very, very little. That's not much. I'm used to more than 2 private trips a day, meaning I won't even hit my $500 minimum, which pisses me off a little bit, but so shall it be. I do have a big Saturday booked out all night and a big Sunday. So I will make up on Saturday and Sunday what I'm losing on Friday, right? And if you really want to transition from rideshare to a private driver, just speak to the thousands of people that have taken my private chauffeur, private driver course on gigrocket.com. That's the real money, my friends. That's the real independent contractorship that you deserve. Now, back to the video topics. The 1833 Uber number, allowing people now to order an Uber via text message, right? Or have a third party order a trip for a friend. These people have not been vetted, right? If you have an Uber account as a passenger, and you can suddenly now, right, as of last week, you can order an Uber for a third party that can even pay for cash. I mean, how many problems are you opening up, right? You are opening up multiple cans of worms here, right? And the saddest thing, the harshest thing here is that the safety standards have it once again, they haven't got better, they've got worse. Opening up this possibility to third parties. We have no pictures, we have no names, right? We don't know who these characters are. It could be the brother of your mother, or whatever. And who knows what background they have? Who knows how many criminal records? Oh, suddenly this individual can get in your car and pay with cash. Oh my God, how desperate have these companies become? They have to really chase every dollar and sacrifice driver safety for every penny, for every nickel, for every dime. Is that how desperate you've become, Uber? Is this how desperate you've become, Lyft? That you're starting to charge for wait times per second, and you're not even passing on a single penny, dime, quarter, dollar to the driver for these extra wait times you're charging. We don't get any of that, ladies and gentlemen. We don't get any of that pie. So these are just a couple of things to think of. Obviously, why am I making the video? I want people to chime in, to leave their comments. And by the way, please, looks like this, hit the like button. The more likes we get on a video, the higher they climb in the YouTube algorithms, the more traffic we get, the more we expose these fools. We got Marco Trapoya in the house. I can't even read the message because I have this massive glare in my eyes driving into the sun. So I will go through these comments later and try to answer as many as possible. I want to say thank you for your feedback, for your suggestions, for your input, especially around the topic wait times, around the topic cash, Uber now allowing cash payments in certain cities, maybe soon all cities. And then, feedback, please. If anybody gets an order via text through this new 1833 toll-free number, I know that many people have called it. Some people have tested it and said, oh, by the way, do you vet in any way? Do you do any type of background check or vetting on people that order through the 1833 number? And my guess is it was really made for seniors or people that don't have the knowledge how to interact with apps or how to download apps. Maybe this is made for people over 75, 80 years old. But there's a couple of drivers that have already tested the 1833 number, right? The toll-free number. And the bottom line is there's no vetting. And sadly, safety doesn't even come into the equation here. Let's just bring this feature out. We'll start accepting, orders via text message from anyone, from everyone. And if they want to, they can pay cash. Dangerous. We got 25 likes. We have 56 people in the house. Can those other 31 people smash the like button, please? Hit the like button. Do share. Lot of good videos coming out in the next 2 days. In this channel, I really try and keep you on top of the news. What's hot, what's not. Sadly, more negative stories than positive stories. I report on them all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I will keep on reporting on the stabbings, the shootings, the carjackings. I will keep on calling out head of safety Gus Fultner at Uber. I will keep on calling out the head of safety at Lyft, Jennifer, right? Every negative story, every murder, every stabbing, I will attach your name to it until you finally do something. Until you finally act. So we're jamming away here. This flight should be landing soon. It's 30 minutes ahead of schedule, which puts me in a little bit of a pickle, a little bit of a bind, because and I hope this person has checked bags, because with checked bags, I can buy myself a little bit of time. I don't like it when they come in 30 minutes later, they get to the gate, the airplane gets to the gate, they deboard quickly, the person has carry-on luggage, they come right out in 10 minutes, and I'm actually 20 minutes behind. So I'm trying to win some time here. These are the little tricks you'll learn when you're doing private trips, right? You don't really get affected by this in rideshare. You don't have to really watch the flight numbers. In this case, it's airline AA, I think 331, supposed to come in at 250 something. It's coming in at 225, so at least 25, 30 minutes early. Like I said, I hope this client has checked bags, because if she has checked bags, I've just won myself an extra 10 minutes, right? Because there's one thing with these private clients with this type of money. These individuals live in a $30 million home. You don't want to be late. You don't want to have them sitting out there and waiting and looking at their watch. When is this guy showing up, right? You want to communicate with them. They say, hey, I'm walking out. Hey, I'm pulling up. Boom, boom, in the car, luggage, off you go. You don't want to waste wealthy people's time, right? That's what you'll learn in this business as a private driver. So timing is essential when it comes to private trips. So now, this doesn't look good, my friends. This here, I'm now in a full-on traffic jam, 15 miles an hour. I'm still quite a bit out. I'm only on Wilshire Boulevard, right? I may have to jump in the diamond lane and make up some time, which is the lane on the far left, right? Because the one thing I don't want to be is late, especially with this lady, right? Well, I don't want to say it because she might watch my video, so I don't want to say anything about this individual. But she's a stickler for time and location. Everything has to be on time, So I'm looking at this. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump into this diamond lane, hopefully make up some time here. This is the diamond lane. Seems to be moving a little bit faster. And this plane has definitely landed, right? This lady has definitely landed. I'm still a ways out. I really am. All I do is, like in scenarios like this, I hope that they don't deboard. I hope that, you know, there's some additional wait times for the plane to find a spot. Solo in a carpool lane, yeah. Well, solo in a carpool lane in a hybrid, so I can get away with that. And another good thing about this vehicle, completely dark windows, right? So hopefully no Polizia, no cop, keine Polizei. In German, die Polizei, 1, 2, 3, die Polizei. Hopefully no Polizia comes and checks into my vehicle. Is your car the new? This one here, I'm driving the Sienna, and I'm mixing it up. Like, I'm doing about 50-50 Sienna and Cadillac. And what I'm doing is seeing which clients have an issue with the Sienna. Only so far, I've had 2 people that don't like the Sienna. Everybody else has really spoken about the car favorably, highly, right? It's all black, outside, inside. And so the more miles I can put on this car, obviously huge savings, much better margins. I'm getting 36 miles on this one. I'm only getting 16 miles on my Cadillac. And in the morning, I have 2 clients every single morning. Oh, sorry, it's Monday to Friday. So 20 out of 30 days, I have 2 trips in the morning back to back, and I do those with my Tesla because I have enough charge to do those 2 trips back to back, and then I will decide, do I jump into, ooh, nice, there's a nice Firebird. I saw a beautiful Firebird Pontiac, same one as mine. So yeah, then I decide Sienna or Cadillac throughout the day. But my day usually starts off with 2 Tesla trips in the Tesla X. I have the 100D, the top of the line X in Tesla. And by the way, many people that just bought the Tesla 3 or the Tesla Y have just lost a lot of money, at least $10,000-$15,000. Why? Because Tesla and Elon Musk dropped the rates by 20%. By 20% on the Model Y and the Model 3. So if you just went out and bought yourself a Model 3 or a Model Y in the last few months, your car just got devalued by $15,000. I don't think it was a smart move. It was more a desperate move by Elon Musk. I don't think it was a smart business move at all to devalue your car. They want to encourage more people to buy Teslas by dropping the price. They kept the price for the Class S. They kept the price for the Plaid, and they kept the price, thank God, for my Tesla X that I just bought. But they dropped Y and Model 3 prices radically, which basically means your resale value just went down $15,000. You took a big hit. Elon, that was not cool and that was not smart. That's not a great business move. But okay, I don't think that many of those people that bought a Tesla in the last year for top dollars and then saw it go down 20% will be repeat buyers. They'll be one-time buyers because they just, once you get burnt like that, you don't go in and buy another Tesla car. Mark my words, just basic business 1, 2, 3, ABC. So hit that like button. Please, looks like this. Please comment on the wait times. If you watch the beginning few minutes of the video, I go into a lot of detail about the Lyft wait times and the effects. And there's a lot of drivers that like it. I've tried to show you both sides. We also spoke about the cash payments by Uber allowing cash payments. We went into that. We also spoke about the new 1833 toll free number. So feel free to add your comments. I am now going to concentrate to get through this traffic in and out. And that just basically means changing a lot of lanes. So I want to focus on that because I am running late. I'm running late, and that's one thing I hate, is to arrive a minute late for my clients. I always make it the greatest effort to be right there. I pull up right as they come out, and it's one of the things they always talk about and that they love. Your timing is impeccable. So if they're coming out of Terminal 4, I'm sitting by Tom Bradley. If they're coming out of Terminal 7, I'm sitting by Terminal 5 and Terminal 6. I just roll up. If they're coming out of Delta, Terminal 3 at LAX, I'm sitting over there at Southwest or Terminal 2. So for me, it's all about timing. Communication with the client, with private clients. Are you at baggage claim? Yes. Please text me as soon as you have your bags and you're on your way out. Torsten, just got my bags, on my way out. I start rolling up. They tell me where they are. They're at 5, oh, there's a cop that just went by. They're at 5B or they're at 7J, and then boom, I pull up within seconds. This time I'm going to be late, unfortunately. So I teach you all of that at Gig Rocket. Take the private chauffeur course. Any people that have been deactivated, good day from Sydney, Australia. Shout out to our Australian friends. Love Australia. Absolutely amazing, wonderful people. So hospitable, such nice people. Been there, played rugby against them, the best. They're very much like South Africans. They're very much like the New Zealanders. Very good, warm people. So shout out to my Aussie friends there, the subscribers. Shout out wherever you are, Canada, UK, doesn't matter where you are, shout out. Huge shout out from me. Much love, my friends. I'm gonna rock and roll now, cut through this traffic. God bless you all. Please leave your comments below, and I wish you nothing but a great day. A lot of cool videos coming. Stay posted, and anybody out there being deactivated or wrongfully deactivated, please go over to Gig Rocket. We have a phenomenal course to get you back on the platform, filing the appeal, and sometimes even filing for damages if there's any been lost earnings because of the wrongful deactivate. We fight for it all. Let's get you paid and let's get you back on the platform at Gig Rocket. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Be safe out there.